Welcome to Deadly Danes. So a couple of weeks ago we put a video asking you guys to help us choose some of our to-be watched movies that you'd like us to watch and review, and this is one of them. So we've had quite a good response on Instagram, Twitter and on YouTube, saying this was one of the movies that folk would like us to watch and review, so that's what we've done. So basically we put this on. To be honest, I actually like the cover. I think the cover looks really interesting, like obviously typical haunted house, and then you've got like from this angle and then but what's going to happen in here. To be honest, when I read the back of it, I thought it was going to be a little bit like Don't Breathe, you know, where they go in the house and the house isn't quite like it seems, and it is a little bit, but not quite in the way that Don't Breathe is, but it's quite a similar idea. It certainly took a different twist that I didn't expect it to have. And I really did enjoy it. I thought the acting was pretty good on it. The twist that they had was certainly, as I said, didn't quite see it going that way. So there might be possible spoilers in this review. So the basics of the storyline is it's a brother and sister who stay in a house, and you gather quite quickly that the sister is agoraphobia? Where they're scared. I hope I've not said something rude there, but they're scared to leave the house. So she stays in her house. She's too scared to go out, and the brother's very ill and he's dying. So I think the only sort of contact other than her brother that she's got is like the lawyer that comes by, and then there's a guy that delivers food to them, who's played by I think it's Rory McCulloch. Try that again. Rory McCulkin, not McCulloch. I don't know where I got that from, but Culkin, as in Macaulay Culkin's little brother. So he's actually pretty good in this as well, because he plays the part pretty well. So we gather that she's got quite a lot of money, and then her brother sadly dies in the movie, and she can't even leave the house to go to his funeral. But she tries to give the Rory Culkin's character funds, and you kind of pick up quite quickly that maybe he's told somebody that she's tried to give him money. But anyway, these guys arrive at the house with the intention of robbing her and taking this cash, thinking that she won't be home because she's at her brother's funeral. But obviously she's agoraphobia, so she won't leave the house. She's stayed in the house. And then it becomes something completely different. So to start with, she is a victim. Like, she is the one that they're torturing and chasing about. Not so much torturing, but they're terrorising is the word I'm looking for. And chasing her around the house, trying to catch her, and you don't know what they're going to do to her, because they've got the kind of typical characterisations in it. You know, you've got the guy that's in charge, the leader, who seems to be quite reasonable, and then you've got his friend who's obviously like nuts, and then you've got the guy that really shouldn't be there. He's quite like the nice guy. So they do have the sort of trio of what you kind of get in a lot of these movies, but it was still enjoyable watching them. It's very well acted. Don't know why I'm lifting this up so high. Sorry, got carried away. And very well acted, and I think they also did their parts really well. And when it flips and it kind of becomes like the hunter becomes a hunted, like in Don't Breathe, as I said, I didn't quite see it coming the way that it did, but it was still really good. Like, she managed to get them all caught in the basement, and you suddenly realise that this house isn't quite what you think this house is. And I really loved that. I loved it once she had them. The only bad thing I would say about this movie is that she puts herself in awkward and sort of unnecessary predicaments a couple of times. She didn't need to go in those predicaments. She could have dealt with them from safety. And that kind of annoyed me a little bit. I kept thinking, why is she going down there to tackle this guy? She doesn't need to. She can do it from here. And I kept thinking she's going to get herself caught with the way she's acting. It's almost like she was getting too cocky. But it was still really good. I enjoyed... Excuse me, running out of steam here. I really enjoyed the ending, and I don't think the movie could have really ended any other way. I mean, she ends up letting the Rory Culkin's character go, and he turns up sort of halfway through the movie to check she's okay because she didn't turn up to her brother's funeral, and it turns out that he is responsible for those guys that are going to rob her because he opened his trap about the cash, but he actually didn't know they were going to do it. But she treats him just like he's one of them anyway. I don't want to give away the twist too much. Let's just say that although she ends up fighting back and there ends up being a room in the house that you don't quite expect to be there, like in Don't Breathe, as I said. They make a good double bill with Don't Breathe, put it that way. You don't see what she wants from him coming. I didn't expect it anyway. And the ending, I don't really see how the movie could have ended any other way, and I think it was really enjoyable, really good, fast paced, and kind of kept me on to the end. I wanted to know how it was going to end, and a lot of the time when you get a movie that you start to see similarities with another film, and as I said many times in this, I've seen Don't Breathe in this quite a bit. I thought, right, I'm going to get quite bored of this film, but I didn't, and I really did enjoy it. I thought it was certainly a movie. I don't know if once I know the twist, I don't know if it's a movie I'd watch again, but I would recommend that if you haven't seen it and you do like movies that sort of try something a bit different, then this is definitely a film worth watching. So I'm glad this is a film that was picked out of our to be watched pile. Amar and there was another one. Was it Bastard? No, it was Lederhosen Zombies that were the other two that a lot of people said they wanted to see us watch. So I'm going to try and get those watched as soon as. And we still need to do the Rob Zombie Halloween videos. I'm just waiting for a day when Claire and I are actually off together to do that, because we both watched them together and we want to do the Rob Zombie reviews together. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. If you've seen Intruders, I'd be interested to know what you thought of it. If you've seen the similarities that I did with Don't Breathe, I should probably stop comparing it to that. Or if you didn't enjoy it, let me know why. Obviously, I like to talk about horror films and like to compare the reasons why I liked the movie and other people don't like films, or vice versa. But as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and take care.